Max Lasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5, streaming online at kndyradio.com, and then our free KNDY mobile app also tonight available on Blue Valley Technologies YouTube page as we close out the season here strong as the Wildcats and the Bulldog boys get ready to battle off here. If you're just joining us, it was all Linn girls in our first contest as they won 52-22. They jumped out to just a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter, but led 27-8 at the end of the first half, led by Sophia Hilgen, who had 17 points in that game, 12 from Bailey Peters. Miley Howard was the highest scorer for Frankfort with 9. The turnovers were an issue for the Bobcats. They had 24 turnovers in that first half, and offensive rebounds. Linn lived on the board, 16 offensive rebounds and 14 steals defensively, pushed Linn on to the victory as they finished the regular season 18-5, 8-2 in league. Frankfort will close down 7-16, 2-7 in league play. Of course, they'll get in action Monday or Tuesday at Canton Galva. The Frankfort girls will, as that game will be at 6 p.m. against 13-8 Canton Galva. Linn will get a first-round bye in their sub-state. They will take on either Tesket or Thunder Ridge on the 2nd of March. As we look around the league scores elsewhere around, brought to you by the CBL Sports Spotlight on Facebook. Be sure and give Jeff Wirtz a follow, as well as kndyradio.com while you're on their Facebook, too, as well. Girls finals, Clifton Clyde defeats Axel 56-45. Donovan West 61 over Washington County 24. Centralia over Blue Valley 58-36. And into the third quarter, Valley Heights girls leading Onega 48-23. Of course, our hats off to the regular season champions. Axel boys claim the regular season championship. That is back-to-back regular season titles now for the Axel boys. Meanwhile, the Hanover girls finished 9-1 on the girls' standpoint and claim the regular season title there. Their first since 2022-23. That year started a stretch of 3 straight state champions for Chris Beitman's team. As we look at our boys' contest going into tonight, Linn comes in 12-10, 4-5 in league play, 11-11 and 4-5 in league play for Frankfort boys. Wildcats offense averaging 49 points per game, while they allow 49.5 points per game. As for Linn, they average 50 points per game and allow 48 points per game. Lynn's coming off a tough loss, as mentioned in our pregame interview, 50-48 at Clifton Clyde. Before that, had a 3-game winning streak against Canton Galva, Onega, a big win over Centralia. As for the Frankfort boys, they're coming off a 55-40 victory over Valley Heights last Friday. As we take our final pregame timeout, we'll send you off with sub-state pairings, as Linn will be hosting Wakefield next Monday here at 6 p.m. against an 0-20 Wakefield team. Then they will take on 4-seed Thunder Ridge in Osborne on the 28th of February, so on Saturday. Meanwhile, Frankfort's going to start their postseason off as the 8th seed. They're taking on 9-seed Centralia Monday night, 6 p.m. at Frankfort. Winner of that game will be at number 1 seeded Olpe. Again, our final pregame timeout will be taking. A big thank you to our sponsors here tonight, including Titan West Manufacturing, Blue Valley Technologies, Oldie Seed, the Frankfort Booster Club, Midwest Products, Flint Hills Mechanical and HVAC, United Bank and Trust, the Frankfort Area News, Linn Community Nursing Home, Bruna Implement, Wanklin Oil, Bo Stop and Shop, and Linn, Bach Cattle Company, F&A Construction, Union State Bank of Palmer, M&R Auto Parts, Willow Creek Dairy, Toolman Implements, Landau Company, Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilton in Washington, Linn Post and Pipe, the First National Bank of Frankfort, Parthemer Electric, and the Palmer Cafe, along with our regional sponsors all season, Can Equip, Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville, Hometown Lumber and Axel Lumber, Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, Oldie Seed, Bruna Implement, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Marysville, and United Bank and Trust branches. Final timeout. When we come back, it's game time here between the Linn Bulldogs and the Frankfort Wildcats.
This new year, you deserve better. Better internet, better speeds, and better service from a company that gives back to your community. Sign up for Blue Valley Technologies Fiber Internet and get 3 months free. Already a customer? Try a faster speed for 3 months at no extra cost. For more details, visit us at bluevalley.net or call 877-876-1228. Happy New Year.
At Aldi Seed, we are locally owned and locally grown. The corn, soybeans, and sorghum we sell are tested in plots throughout the region in close proximity to our customers. This ensures we are testing a yield environment just like yours. We are dedicated to our Know to Grow research program. It's our family's commitment to delivering high-yielding crops for you, the American farmer. This season, partner with Aldi Seed for locally owned and locally grown solutions.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
And we're ready for starting lineups here tonight. We're going to start with the visiting Frankfort Wildcats. And coming into this contest, 11-11, averaging 49 points per game while allowing 49.5. Frankfort has won 2 straight over the Linn Bulldogs last year, a 1-point victory in the GBL tournament, a 5-point victory in the regular season. Frankfort is 7-3 in the last 10 matchups, averaging 51 points per game, while Linn is averaging 43 points per game. Frankfort's starting lineup is going to start with Wes Anderson, leading scorer on this team at 17.5 points per game, the 6-foot senior. Around him it'll be Peyton Adams, the 5'10 junior, and Porter Colvin, the 5'8 senior, followed by Kyler Parthimer, the 5'11 freshman, and Fred Rosequist, the 6'1 senior down low. And Frankfort will go Wes Anderson, Peyton Adams, Porter Colvin, Kyler Parthimer, and Fred Rosequist. Now for the home starters for the Linn Bulldogs, 12-10, averaging 50 points per game and allowing 46 points per game under second-year head coach Bennett Bardell. It's an all-senior starting lineup here for the Bulldogs as they will start out front. Dylan Oldie, the 6'1 senior. Now the point guard position around him. It is Brigham Hansen, the 6'1 senior. To go along with Gabe Turk, the 6'1 senior. Turk second on this team at 11.1 points per game. Down low, the pairing of Zach Hilgen, the 6'2 senior, who is averaging 11.5 points per game, and Noah Thalman, the 6'5 senior, averaging 8.5 points per game, to go along with 8.5 rebounds per contest. Again, all seniors from the Bulldogs: Dylan Oldie, Brigham Hansen, Gabe Turk, Zach Hilgen, and Noah Thalman. Linn will be in their home white uniforms, black Bulldogs on the chest, black numbers front and back. Frankfort will be in their road reds, gray Frankfort on the chest, gray numbers front and back. Hilgen and Rosequist will tip us off. That's Thalman, and it is won by the Bulldogs. First possession will go Linn, right to left, down to the west end of the court, against a 2-3 defense here for Frankfort. 3 ball to start the game will be missed by Dylan Oldie and controlled by Wes Anderson. Anderson, one of the best guards in the league last year, was a first-team All-Twin Valley League player, third-team All-Class 1A Division I. Meanwhile, for Linn, they lost 2 All-League players in Connor Oldie, a first-teamer, and Ethan Bott, a second-teamer. Frankfort boys turn it over on their first possession. I'll go back over to the Bulldogs. So far on the season, Frankfort averaging just 13 turnovers per game. Now Linn turns it over. Turnover happy are both sides here to start off. Still scoreless. Rosequist works against Thalman, and Thalman's going to get the block that goes out of bounds. Oh, a big force down low defensively. And Thalman averages 1.7 blocks per contest. He had mentioned it, averaging 8.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, nearly 2 blocks per contest. As Colvin lays it up there. He can't hit it, but then Tallman throws it over the head of Gabe Turk. Turnover, Bulldogs. Still scoreless. Subs came in for both sides as Henry Ketter, the 5'10 junior, checks in for Frankfort. Also checking in was Grayson Oldie, the 5'11 junior. Anderson will be hounded by Turk. Be a fun matchup to watch here tonight against the man-to-man defense for the Bulldogs. Good screen and roll there as Rosequist can't finish. Tallman comes through to clean up the board. Still scoreless, first quarter action. 6:24 left to play. 2-3 defense for Frankfort. Inside it goes to Turk. He's going to be partially rejected, but possession arrow will stay with Linn. But then into the backboard it goes. Porter Colvin looks to finish it off. He can't. And Linn will control. Sloppy ball here early on. It's a deep three by Hilgen. Right wing. We off the mark. No good. Barthimer comes in for the rebound. Still scoreless, first quarter action. Rosequist, right block, working against Dylan Oldie. Dylan will commit the personal foul and 2 free throws here coming for Fred Rosequist. 60% free throw shooter, averages just 1.5 attempts per game down low. He can break our scoring open here with a free throw make. Now wait for a shoe to be tied here. First free throw for Rosequist will be off the rim, short, no good. And Frankfort's coming off a win over Valley Heights last Friday, 55-40. They've been back and forth all season after starting the year 5-2. They're now 3-2 in their last 2 as Rosequist gets the roll to go down, breaks open our scoring here with a free throw. Now Frankfort will turn on the full court pressure. Turk trying to break it himself, gets all the way to the cup and finishes 4-2. Gabe Turk with the deuce. And this is a balanced offensive attack this season for Linn, led by Turk. 11.5 points per game, 11.2 for Zach Hilgen, nearly 10 for Grayson Oldie as Henry Ketter messes inside, but it lands right in the hand of Rosequist, who finishes it off with 2. That's got all 3 points now for Frankfort as they lead by 1. Top side, it'll be Gabe Turk that sets up this offense. Little floater inside the lane will be left short. And out of bounds off of the Wildcats will stay with Linn. First time these teams are meeting up this year. And up twice last year with Frankfort taking the pair. Quick inbound to Hilgen, right corner. Thought about a 3. Now goes top side to Thalman, who's going to fire away a triple and bang that one home. A high archer from Noah Thalman drops in from the rafters. Thalman on the season. Only 8 made threes, 21%. But good on that one. Rosequist right to the front of the cup. And Fred's got all 5 for Frankfort as we're knotted up at 5. Full court pressure. Finds Turk cutting down the middle. Dylan Oldie cross-court skip pass. Now right back into the hands of Grayson Oldie. Gets inside, kicks it out. Dylan will drive left baseline, puts it up through the contact. The 2 free throws coming for Dylan Oldie. Tyler Parthimer picks up his first personal foul. Dylan Oldie this season is a 25% free throw shooter. 36 attempts and just 9 makes. Misses the first one. Parthimer again picked up his first personal foul. Team's first for Frankfort. Oldie trying to break our scoring tie. He cannot. Going for the offensive board and over the back. It's going to be called on Noah Thalman. Good job by Fred Rosequist with the tough box out. Thalman picks up his first, team second. Brigham Hansen will check back in. For Thalman. Knotted up here at 5. First quarter action. 4:11 left to play in the first stanza. 5-5 is our score. Fred Rosequist, all 5 for Frankfort. Meanwhile, Gabe Turk's got a deuce, and Noah Thalman smacked down a triple. Wes Anderson, left corner, is going to fire up the three-hand in his face. Backside rebound, Dylan Oldie. Here come the Bulldogs right to left. Across the timeline comes Grayson. Kicks it inside, now out. Hanson, a three. Front of the rim, no. Board being fought for. Everyone on the ground. And Coach Bargdale will get a timeout to save a possession. Good hustle there by Brigham Hanson to save a possession. Timeout. It'll stay with Linn when we come back. Knotted up at 5.
Support the Frankfort students and teachers through the Frankfort Wildcats Booster Club. Your donation helps teachers, staff, and students from preschool through high school, funding books for K through 6 students, field trips, scholarships for seniors, athletic support, teacher appreciation, and so much more. From prep rally meals to movie trips and even state competition admissions, the Wildcat Boosters make a real difference. Join the Frankfort Booster Club by contacting the Frankfort schools at 785-292-4486 and see a change happen firsthand.
Tight first quarter action here that pits the 12-10 Linn boys against the 11-11 Frankfort boys. Knotted up at 5 with 3:40 left to play in the first. Out of the timeout, little elevator screen top side for Hilgen. He tries to drive left but cut off now by the Wildcats, and a turnover Linn. They throw it into the stands. Checking in for Frankfort during that timeout was Gage Wanklin. Wearing number 10, the sophomore getting in for head coach Adam Schreiner's squad. Running the baseline here. Linn now boxing, wanting, it looks like. Frankfort. Inside shot is down by Fred Rosequist. He's having himself a night. Already 2, 4, 6, 7 points for Fred. Comes in averaging right at 7 per game. Grayson Oldie will attack. Shot up will be missed by Gabe Turk. Frankfort will control. Porter Colvin. Left corner, top side now to Fred. Around the horn. Wanklin head fakes on a three. Gets inside the paint. Kicks out. Looking for Colvin left corner. He's going to dial up a triple. Off the rim, no good. Gabe Turk pulls down the board. Here come the Bulldogs, trailing by 2. Inside, Fred Rosequist takes it away from Gabe Turk, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow goes over to Frankfort. Henry Ketter will check in for Wanklin. The short-lived minutes there for the sophomore. Two-point lead for Frankfort with the ball. Into this box in one. Defense for the Bulldogs. Of course, box in one in Wes Anderson. Kicks it out to Anderson. Top side guarded by Turk. Anderson inside. Kicks it out. Colvin a three. That one's good for Porter Colvin. First triple of the night goes the way of the Wildcats. Now they force a turnover. Colvin thought about it again. Same corner, but he's going to get it off of Anderson. Left wing. Quickly doubled is West. Now Colvin inside. Kicks it out. Parthimer. Right side Anderson. Does he got a triple? He does. Back-to-back 3 balls for the Frankfort Wildcats as they jump out to a 13-5 lead here in the first quarter. 1:36 left to play. Our Marysville Dental Care game of the week. Top side, Jack Hilgen with it. We'll set up the offense. Noah Thalman, another triple. High archer will be off the mark and no good. Everyone going for it. Possession arrow over to Frankfort. Final minute 23 of this first quarter here on senior night for the Bulldogs. Zach Hilgen, Gabe Turk, Dylan Oldie, Brigham Hanson, and Noah Thalman playing their last games here in front of the home crowd for the regular season. Linn will host the first-round sub-state game next Monday versus a winless Wakefield team, and it'll be on the road second round if they can get past them. Ketter head fakes on a three, gets short baseline up and down for Henry Ketter. Frankfort on all cylinders here early on, leading by 10. Final 53 seconds. Now here's a steal by Anderson. A fifth Linn turnover. And Gabe Turk will pick up a personal foul, trying to slow down the fast break. Cash Stunkel will come in, the 5'11 sophomore. Also back in will be Dylan Oldie for Gabe Turk and Bergen Hansen. Final 40 seconds of this first quarter. Trying to work it inside to Rosequist. They do. Spins to his left. Up and under. And good for Fred Rosequist. 9 of Frankfort's 17 have come from Rosequist down low. Here from the senior. Linn have an answer. Stunkel, head fakes on a 3. Now step back straight on. Heat up. Cash is cash money from deep. First triple or second triple for Linn. Cuts the deficit down to 17-8. Offside Parthimer. Throws it inside to Rosequist. Does he have another one? He does, and one right at the buzzer. Fred Rosequist with 11 here in the first quarter can close this out with an old-fashioned three-point play and give himself a dozen as that foul goes on Zach Hilgen, his first. Rosequist misses the free throw, but it's all Frankfort at the end of one, leading Linn 19-8. We're back with more game action after this.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Hey, this is Coach Benny Bargdill of the Linn Boys Basketball team. You are listening to the Linn Bulldogs here on KNDY.
Coach Bargdill, I'm sure none's too pleased with the defensive effort in that first quarter. Frankfort shoots 53% from the floor, including Fred Rosequist going 5 for 7 with 11 points. Rosequist averages just 8.5 points per game. So well over that mark here already in the first quarter. Now a turnovers force as Stunkel is taken away by Colvin. 6 turnovers now for the Linn boys. Not very good in this first quarter. And as they look for a momentum win going into Sub-State, Anderson, 3 straight on. No. Board's going to be taken by Rosequist, who discards a Bulldog, misses his first shot of the second quarter, and now Dylan Oldie comes out of the pile with it. Who checked in for Linn? It was Dalton Mimke. Checked in also for the Bulldogs. Straight on 3, Hilgen. He got it. Shooting like his sister here in this one. She led the Lady Bulldogs with 17 in their win over Frankfort. Zach trying to match his first bucket here tonight. 3 now for Hilgen as Colvin fires up a 3. Zach pulls down the defensive board. 3 points apiece for Noah Thulman, Cash Stunkel, Zach Hilgen, 2 for Gabe Turk. As for Frankfort, 11 for Fred Rosequist, 3 apiece for Wes Anderson and Porter Colvin, and Henry 2 for Henry Ketter. Offensive putback by Dalton Mimke off the missed triple from Dylan Oldie. Cuts this deficit down to just 6. And Frankfort jumped out to a 19-8 first quarter lead and now force a turnover inside. Only the second turnover by Frankfort in the ball game. Can Linn capitalize? Hilgen, free throw line, kicks out around the horn. Dylan in the corner will walk it out. Now drives baseline. Tries to put it up against the trees. Loses it, and it's Dalton Empty with back-to-back buckets now for the Bulldogs. Cuts the deficit down to 4, and head coach Adam Schreiner needs a timeout. Linn faithful come to their feet as their boys try and battle back in this one. Still trailing 19-5, 5:52 left to play in the first half. We're back in 60 seconds.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
Whether you're going to spend your time in spot or simply spending time with your family, it's time to start saving for that nest egg. And United Bank and Trust can help you do that with an IRA. Offering a full line of IRAs, United Bank and Trust has trained professionals to help you begin planning for your future. On the course, on the road, or at home. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC.
As always, Marysville Bulldogs opposite of our broadcast over on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Bruce Searking has that call as Bulldogs are. Were they hosting again today? I think it was Abilene. Yes, it was. Marysville girls lost earlier tonight to the Cowboys. Or Marysville won 57-43 over Abilene. So boys looking to do the same as the girls. Here in this one, it's Frankfort leading Linn as Fred Rosequist backs down. Dalton Empty. Rosequist now with 13 in the ball game. Coach Bardell says, be strong in there. Full court pressure by Frankfort. Linn gets it across with about 9 seconds on the clock. Near steal by Anderson. But Noah Thalman will attack. Gets all the way baseline. Hands it off for Dalton Empty, and he's going to be fouled. Entered a trip to the free throw stripe. Will Dalton. Henry Getter picks up the personal foul. Dalton Empty only averages 1.7 points per game. He's got 4 already here in this ball game off 2 made layups. As Gabe Turk will check in for Zach Hilgen. Personal foul on Ketter, his first, team's first of the period for Frankfort as well. Second free throw will be off from Empty. So now Linn 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Something they're going to need to figure out in the back half of the season. This team only 54% from the line if they want to make a run at a state tournament. Pick and roll here. Rosequist will finish it off. No, he won't. It hangs off the rim and bounces away as Stunkel will come away with the defensive rebound. Catch quickly across half court. Get past left side now to Gabe Turk. He's going to be guarded by Porter Colvin in this 2-3 defense. That jumps out for the Wildcats. Leading here 21-15. Linn nearly throws it away. Now they do. Here's Colvin against Stunkel. No numbers, kicks it out. Ketter thought about a 3, but he'll get over to Wes Anderson here near side. And a turnover is forced by Grayson Olney. Turnover Frankfort. Back to Linn it goes. Hilgen will set back in for Dalton Empty. Coming up here at halftime, we'll take a look around the league courtesy of the TVL Sports Spotlight. We'll also have our final popcorn review, the 2025-26 regular season. Sure, we'll do a little bit in Sub-State too as well, but for the final time this year in our popcorn review, my wonderful wife is going to give us the ratings here for that one. Stunkel misses the 3, and down low, I believe an offensive foul is going to be called on Noah Thalman as he's discarded. I think it was Fred Rosequist down low. So Thalman with 3 personal fouls here in the first half. He's going to have to set the final 4:08. Coach Schreiner switches it to Fred Rosequist, gets a well-deserved breather as in will come Max Studer. the 6-foot senior, for the first time here tonight. Studer will screen to Anderson. West steps into a three and drains that one. 6 points now for West as the Wildcats lead 24-15. Now off the hands of Grayson Oldie it goes. Henry Ketter kicks it out. Colvin a three. Yes! Back-to-back triples for the Wildcats as their lead pushed up to a dozen. Now a foul will be called in the backcourt on Colvin, trying to poke it away from Gabe Turk. Porter Colvin's first, team's second. As Rosequist, quick breather, he's back into the ball game. Again, Fred had 11 points in the first quarter, 11 of Frankfort's 19. He now has 13 in the ball game to lead all scores with 3:25 left to play in the first half. Outside, Oldie will set up this offense. Skip pass left side to Stunkel. Now a three ball. Hilgen straight on. Cans the triple. Second triple here in this quarter. Trying to be like his sister who hit 4 threes in the girls' game. Zach's halfway there on senior night. Anderson a three left corner. Halfway down and out. No good. Zach skies for the board. Then will be out of bounds off of Frankfort off the board. Tyler Parthimer will check back in along with Eli Ketter. For Frankfort, Hilgen a triple. No. Board pulled out of there by Colvin. Final 2:36 of this first half. Sees Frankfort leading 27-18. Now a foul down low will be called as Gabe Turk and Kyler Parthimer get tangled up down low. Turk will have to go to the bench with his second personal foul. Dalton Empty back into the ball game. The Turk with 2 and Noah Thalman now with 3 are going to have to set the final 2:30 of this ball game. Rosequist looks to work left block. Kicks it out to the aforementioned Eli Ketter. Round the horn, it ends up in the hand of Wes Anderson. A deep triple. That's off the rim, no dice. McKetter with the board, puts it up, no. Rosequist will finish it off on the 3rd and 10. And head coach Bennett Bardell needs a timeout. Wildcats played some good ball here, leading 29-18 over Linn. 2:06 left to play in the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
For top-notch service for your vehicle, look no further than Honeyman Auto Sales and Service right here in Marysville. Expert care and maintenance with fast turnaround time to ensure your vehicle runs smoothly and safely. Don't compromise on quality and get back on the road today. This is Ty Lumley with Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, and you can find us on Facebook or stop by East Highway 36 in Marysville.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
Every week, stay informed and connected with the Frankfort community top stories by getting the Frankfort Area News, a small-town newspaper dedicated to their subscribers, advertisers, and community. Established in 1991, the Frankfort Area News is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love hearing from their readers. If you have a story, wedding, birth, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News, 785-292-4726.
All season long, a big thank you to our sponsors making our broadcast possible. Appreciate their support. Be sure and you support all our local area businesses. Out of the timeout, a fiery timeout there by Coach Bardell. Grayson Oldie takes it right into the teeth of the Frankfort defense. Draws 2 free throws. He'll knock down the first one. Lynn's first free throw made here tonight. They're now 1 for 5. Second one will drop down as well for Oldie. And 2 for 6 as Henry Ketter picked up his second personal foul. And Frankfort led 19-8 at the end of the first quarter, thanks in part to 11 first-quarter points by Fred Rosequist. Here he is with the top side, gives it off to Porter Colvin, takes him up, gives it off to Ketter, drives the right baseline, who then will be pushed and fouled. That'll go on Dalton Emke, first personal foul, team 3, and Linn. Final minute 32 of this first half. 9-point lead for the visiting Frankfort Wildcats. Inside it goes to Rosequist, who gets tangled up but pulls it out of there. Parthimer right corner takes one dribble. Cross-court skip pass will be thrown, but not before a timeout taken by head coach Adam Schreiner. We'll take it with him. 9-point lead for Frankfort. 1:24 left to play in our Marysville Dental Care game of the week.
Hey, this is Adam Schreiner from Frankfort High School, head coach of the Frankfort Wildcat Basketball Boys. I'm looking forward to having you guys listen to KNDY 95.5.
Linn Community Nursing Home raises the standard in long-term residential care. You'll discover a family-oriented atmosphere where visitors are welcome 24/7. Rooms are already furnished and can be personalized with your favorite photos, decor, and those extra special touches. Your loved one will enjoy the savory restaurant-style menu available, ensuring nutritious meals. The Linn Community Nursing Home is more than a facility. They're a tight-knit community dedicated to providing the best care in a place that truly feels like home.
Max Blasky back here with you on KNDY FM 95.5 as well as free at Blue Valley Technologies YouTube channel. Inside, Parthimer has to go off his hands. Turnover, Wildcats. That's only the fourth Frankfort turnover here tonight. They're doing a good job of that. Linn, on the other hand, 8, and now make it 9 as Rosequist picks off the pass. Quickly around the timeline, left to right. Anderson inside, kicks it to Eli Ketter along the left baseline. He throws it up for Fred Rosequist, who finishes it off the alley-oop. 17 now for Fred Rosequist in the first half, as he has nearly as many points as Linn does. Inside, Dalton Emke, nice little take there. 6 points now for Dalton. Cuts the deficit down 31-22. Final 32 seconds of this first half. And we'll take a timeout. Word from our sponsors at halftime. Take a look around the league at other boys' scores. So we'll have our popcorn review here for Linn. Anderson top side, gives it off to Ketter. Now Colvin, right wing with it. Looking for some help. Tyler Parthimer has it in the right corner. Skip pass to Ketter. Now Anderson left side. 3 with a hand in his face. Buries it. A third triple now for Wes Anderson with 1 second. Stunkel from half court. No. And this is all Frankfort Boys leading at halftime. 34-22 behind 17 points from Fred Rosequist to lead all scores. Dalton Emke has 6 off the bench for Coach Bardale's team, 6 for Zach Hilgen. But again, Fred Rosequist playing some inspired basketball on the last day of the regular season here from Linn. Again, your halftime score sees the visiting Frankfort Wildcats leading the Linn Bulldogs 34-22 behind 17 from Fred Rosequist. We're back with a first half recap after this.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
At Aldby Seed, we are locally owned and locally grown. The corn, soybeans, and sorghum we sell are tested in plots throughout the region in close proximity to our customers. This ensures we are testing a yield environment just like yours. We are dedicated to our Know to Grow research program. It's our family's commitment to delivering high-yielding crops for you, the American farmer. This season, partner with Aldby Seed for locally owned and locally grown solutions.
Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn is your stop. Fuel up and fill up at Moe's Stop and Shop. They have gas available, plus they have drinks, snacks, and a whole lot more. Your convenience store is Moe's Stop and Shop. Find them right off the highway in Linn, Moe's Stop and Shop.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
Hey, this is Coach Benny Bargdill of the Linn Boys Basketball team. You are listening to the Linn Bulldogs here on KNDY.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Max Blatsky back here with you on KNDY FM 95.5 for our final Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week for the season. In Marysville Dental Care is where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to receive your dental needs and book a visit today at MarysvilleDentalCare.com. First half action sees the Frankfort boys up big over Linn, 34-22. Frankfort jumped out to a 19-8 lead at the end of the first quarter and have not looked back, thanks in part to 17 points from Fred Rosequist. He had 11 first quarter points. He leads all scorers with 17, 9 for Wes Anderson on 3 triples, 6 for Porter Colvin on 2 triples, and 2 from Henry Ketter in the first quarter. Frankfort's already hit 5 threes here in this ball game. They average 5 made threes a game, so looking pretty good from that standpoint. As you look at the Linn boys, 6 points from Dalton Imke and Zach Kilgen, 3 from Cash Stunkel, 2 and with Allman 3, and then 2 for Gabe Turk and Grayson Oldie. Turnovers were an issue for Linn. 9 turnovers in that first quarter. They're shooting it pretty darn well, especially inside against this 2-3 defense of the Wildcats. 57% inside the three-point line, 42% on the game. But Frankfort shooting it even better, 52% from the floor, including 5 for 10 from behind the three-point line. Linn has made 4 threes themselves. Again, just turnovers and the big deficit, big hole they dug themselves at the beginning of this contest, trailing 19-8 at the end of the first quarter as they trail 34-22 here at halftime on the regular season finale. We're going to take our final halftime timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look around the league, courtesy of Jeff Works in the TVL Sports Spotlight, and have our final regular season popcorn review.
Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event is on now. Save with preseason pricing on genuine C&H twine for round balers and square balers, small or large. Choose from a variety of proven net wrap like Armor Net, Legacy, Bale Keeper, American Net, and Varsity Net. Maximum length and maximum strength for the performance you expect. See your parts professional for select rebates and ordering at Can-Equip in Marysville.
Hi, this is Miranda Mainin with Union State Bank in Palmer. We are proud of the work the Bulldog athletes and students put in during the season and all year long. The dedication and determination is what drives the Bulldogs to succeed on the field and in the classroom. Best of luck, Bulldogs. Join Union State Bank of Clay Center, Palmer, and Barnes in supporting all area student athletes this and every school year. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Linn Willow Creek Dairy, established in 2004 and located right at home in Linn, is a proud supporter of the Linn Bulldogs. Linn Willow Creek Dairy is collectively owned by many individuals from the local community and beyond, all sharing a commitment to quality milk production and community values. Every day, their dedicated team works to care for their cattle and produce dairy you can trust. From the entire team at Linn Willow Creek Dairy, good luck to the Linn Bulldogs, cheering you on to victory and proud to support their hometown athletes.
Here at halftime of our boys game, it's Frankfort leading 34-22. Again, earlier this evening, it was the Linn girls that ran away from Frankfort 52-22, by 17 from freshman Sophia Hilton, as she knocked in 4 triples, a dozen for Bailey Peters, as Linn ends the regular season off with a win. Since they will get a first-round bye in Sub-State, their first game will be on the 2nd of March, as they will host either Tesket or Thunder Ridge. Meanwhile, Frankfort girls will be in action on Tuesday as they travel to Canton Galva at 6 p.m. Looking at the boys bracket, Linn will be in action Monday as they host winless Wakefield. Meanwhile, Frankfort boys will be in action in a in-district matchup Monday night versus Centralia. That game 6 p.m. in Frankfort. Looking at scores elsewhere around the league, courtesy of Jeff Works and the TVL Sports Spotlight. Other girls' finals tonight saw Clifton Clyde over Axel 56-45. Donovan West over Washington County 61-24. Centralia runs past Blue Valley 58-36. And Valley Heights really gets a stomping on Onega 65-32. Boys action around the league sees Axel up on Clifton Clyde 38-14. Washington County up on Donovan West 25-22 at halftime of that one. Of course, over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1, Bruce Tierkin has the call as the Marysville Bulldogs lead the Abilene Cowboys 18-6 at halftime of the boys contest. So, final popcorn review is going to be here from Linn. I think we decided that it was going to be, a 6-7, I think is what we decided on. Okay, maybe not quite that. It was probably about a 6-9, somewhere in that mark. Talked with Chad Hilton during the game and said it's usually pretty darn good. We came over here, a couple weeks ago. I mean, it was pretty solid popcorn. It wasn't bad popcorn by any means, just I think was lacking a little substance, I think is probably the word we're using. Salt, what my wife said. But really good popcorn, pretty good popcorn to end out the season. Of course, hands down, Frankfort Wildcats, you can hang your hat on having the best popcorn this season for the basketball year. So if you want some good popcorn and want to watch some good basketball, go on down to Frankfort on Monday. They host Centralia in first round of Sub-State. We're going to get second half started here. Starting lineups pretty similar. Little change for Linn boys as Grayson Oldie will get the start. Along with Dylan Oldie, Gabe Turk, Zach Hilton, Noah Thalman. Frankfort, same one, Kyler Parthimer. Wes Anderson, Porter Colvin, Fred Rosequist, and Henry Tedder's going to get the start over this evening. Anderson misses inside on his first shot attempt. That was wrong all first half. No Peyton Adams here in this contest for the Frankfort Wildcats. Linn again trying to cut into this deficit. Walks into a triple. Does Grayson Oldie. His first shot of the evening goes in from deep. Rosequist left block guarded by Dylan Oldie. Gives it off to Kyler Parthimer. He gets rejected out of bounds by Noah Thalman. Again, Fred Rosequist led all scores with 17 points in that first half. Sure, he'll be an emphasis for the defense of Linn here in the second. But got to watch out for Wes Anderson, 22 points per game. He had 9 in that first half. Here's a triple from Anderson off the rim, no good. Henry Ketter pulls down the board. Gives it back off to West. Gives it to Ketter. Left wing. He'll attack in the middle. Jump stop. Kicks it off to Parthimer, who will be blocked, but a foul will be called on Noah Thalman. Then he had to set most of the first half with 4 personal fouls. Didn't agree with it, but will send Kyler Parthimer to the line. First opportunity for the freshman to get in the scoring column here tonight. Again, Noah Thalman picks up his 4th. So in for him will come Dalminski. Parthimer does get in the scoring column with the free throw. So now all the scorings come from the starters tonight for Frankfort. Second one for Parthimer. That's off the rim. No good. Stays a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. We'll have college basketball on this weekend, too, as well. KU will play tomorrow right here on FM 95.5 with a noon tip-off versus Cincinnati. And while K-State will be down at Texas Tech with a 1:30 tip-off over our sister station AM 1570 FM 94.1. Henry Ketter misses a triple, or excuse me, not Henry Ketter. Grayson Oldie misses the triple for the Linn Bulldogs after Parthimer split the pair. Now here's Ketter with a 3. He misses that right wing. Linn will control. Trailing by 10, trying to turn up the speed. Zach Hilgen, right wing, puts down a triple. A 3-fest here between both teams. Now 5 made threes apiece. Inside, Rosequist loses it. We got a scrum for it as Parthimer and Dalton Emke roll over on each other. Jump ball will be called. Possession arrow over to Linn. Reminder, if you want to go back and listen to any of our games this season or even from the last couple of years, go on over to kndyradio.com underneath the Sports Podcast tab. You can check that out. You can also go back and watch any videos from our Blue Valley Technologies video streaming services over on Blue Valley Technologies YouTube channel. A big thank you to Blue Valley Technologies and Danny Ackerman here this season pairing up with us, bringing you this great high school sport. Inside off of the foul from Kyler Parthimer, Linn can't get the easy bucket from Gabe Turk. Now a foul will be called on the floor. Porter Colvin will pick up the personal foul. Second team foul. Second one on Colvin. Flat 4 across the baseline as Hilgen will inbound. Looks top side to Grayson Oldie. Now a walk will be called on Oldie. Double-digit turnovers now for Linn here in this ballgame with 10. They can't cut into this deficit any more than 7. Game still definitely within reach as Frankfort leads 35-28, 5:35 left to play here in the third quarter. Linn looking to end a 2-game losing streak against these Wildcats as they lost both times last year by a combined 6 points in 2 games. Another tight one here tonight as Frankfort leads 35-28, 5 minutes left to play in the third. Stagnant offensive possession here for the Wildcats as Henry Ketter has it poked away, and it's taken away by Dylan Oldie. Linn with the ball, trailing by 7. Gets it inside, now topside Hilgen wants it, takes a 3, and he got the triple. Zach Hilgen now with 4 triples in this ball game. Finger's sister Sophia hit 4 in the girls' game, so elder brother matching her shot for shot. Now a foul will be called on Grayson Oldie as he was hounding Wes Anderson. Anderson trying to get to his spot. The Wildcat lead has diminished down to 4. And Fred Rosequist at 17 in the first half. He's yet to take a shot here in the second half. Porter Colvin inside, kicks out right wing, Henry Ketter. Now here's Rosequist. Tries to go down low to Kyler Parthimer, but it's turned over. Picked off by Grayson Oldie, trying to run the fast break. Gets it out to a 3 shooting Gabe Turk, but misses the triple. And out of bounds, it will go off of Linn. as Grayson Oldie tried to tightrope the baseline on the offensive rebound. But he'll step on the Linn High School line, send it back over to the Wildcats. So man-to-man token full court pressure now for the Bulldogs. Getter with it left corner, 4:07 to play, third quarter action. A 4-point lead for Frankfort. They led 34-22 at half. Now Ketter, a three, left corner, off the rim, no. Dylan Oldie pulls down the board. There come the Bulldogs. Across the timeline with it is Grayson Oldie. Now Zach Hilgen inside the lane. A little floater is going to be off the mark, no good. Hilgen now with a dozen here in this one, but couldn't get that one to fall down. That's going to be poked away by Dalton Inskeep, but right back in the hands of Fred Rosequist when a charge is drawn by Dylan Oldie on Rosequist. As Oldie stood his ground, took the bump, and got the charge called. That'll be Rosequist's first personal foul. As we're going to see now into the ball game, I believe Eli Ketter back in. No, Colton Caffrey is going to check in for Henry Ketter. Left baseline short shot will be missed from Dalton Emke. A little bit too strong on the attempt. Scoring has come to a crawl here in the second quarter as they're playing ping pong with him. It's finally taken away by Emke. At the other end, trying to go all the way to the cup was Gabe Kirk. He'll miss the shot. It'll go out of bounds off of Linn. Four-point lead for the Wildcats with the ball here. Final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Anderson, a deep triple off the rim, no good, but Kyler Parthimer comes skying in for the offensive rebound. Now a hard foul out front will be called on Grayson Oldie as Anderson hit the deck hard. Oldie picks up his first personal foul. Cash Stunkel will check in for Dalton Emke. Frankfort will be in action on Monday as they host Centralia in first round of the 1A Division I Boys Clifton-Clyde Sub-State. Linn will also be in action Monday as they're the 5 seed in the 1A Division II Wakefield Sub-State. Linn hosts a winless Wakefield team Monday at 6 o'clock right here in Linn, so be sure and go support both squads. Got to get the condensation off the floor where Wes Anderson took a spill from. Still trying to wipe that sucker up. I think all the boys got it squared away. Enough sneakers finally dried it up. We're back to game action. A 4-point lead for Frankfort. They have the ball. 2:45 left to play. Anderson head fakes on a three, gets left baseline, top side to Rosequist. Now Caffrey right side, screen and roll with Fred. Can't find him there. Porter Colvin thought about a left corner three. Rosequist will pop back out. Lobs it inside to Parthimer, and it goes off the backboard. Another turnover, Frankfort. 3 straight possessions now with the turnover for the Wildcats. And Kyler Parthimer will commit a personal foul on the defensive end. His third, team's third, as Max Studer will check into the ball game. Linn trailing by 4. 2:24 left to play. Frankfort has just 1 point here in this quarter after 34 in the first half. Linn has cut a 12-point deficit, halftime deficit down to 4. Inside, Grayson Oldie can't do anything with it. Zach Hilgen tries for his fifth triple. No. Offensive board, Linn. Second putback is good by Dalton Emke. 8 points now for Emke in the ball game off the bench for Coach Vardale's team, and it's a 2-point game. Green and roll. Rosequist finishes, and a foul will be called. Rosequist an opportunity for 20 here for the senior. Beautifully ran pick and roll by Wes Anderson and Fred Rosequist. As I don't know who picked up. They gave Turk picks up his third personal foul. He's all the way down at the other end of the court. Landon Schreiner will also check in the game for Frankfort here with 1:43 left to play in the third. Old-fashioned three-point play is down. A cool 20 now for Fred Rosequist. His first points of the second half after dropping 17 in the first half. Come at the 1:34 mark in the third. Pushes this lead back up to 5 for Frankfort. 2-3 zone here for the Wildcats. Inside. Oldie will stop. Kick out three. Shot goal. His second triple this evening. 2 for 4 from behind the three-point line. It's back to a 2-point game. Topside Anderson, head fakes on a three. Now will drive left baseline. Gets all the way around. Header right corner. Topside now Colvin. Inside out. Kick out. Stolen away by Grayson Oldie. At the other end, a hard foul will be called by on Wes Anderson. Had all ball and took Grayson Oldie right down. That's a hard one. Oldie jumped right back up, though, as that'll be Wes's first personal foul. The turnovers starting to mount here for Frankfort in the third quarter. That's 6 turnovers now in the third after just 4 in the entire first half. Now we finally get a dry towel, get the basketball dried off and ready to rock and roll here. As Grayson Oldie goes to the line. A 64% free throw shooter makes the first one. Now 3 for 3 from the line in the ball game. And Brigham Hansen will check in. Out will come Gabe Turk. We're also going to see Gage Winklin check in for Frankfort for Henry Ketter. Second one from Oldie. Can't tie it up. Frankfort holds on to a 1-point possession here. They've been held at just 4 points here in the third quarter as Anderson misses a layup. Good contest there by Dylan Oldie. Here come the Wildcats. Can take the lead with a bucket. Poked away into the backcourt. Cash Dunkel chases it down with Colvin on his hip. Topside Hilton walks into a deep three. No. Anderson defensive board. Definitely a heat check there for Zach. Had 4 triples so far in the game, but was looking for 5 from way downtown. Tried to shoot that one from Palmer. Here's Anderson. Hill canvas straight on triple. Anderson now with a dozen, all from the three-point line. Pushes this lead back up to 4. Coast to coast goes Grayson. He misses, but an and one for Dalton Empty. Now in double figures for Dalton with 3.6 on the clock. Linn to back within 1 as Landon Schreiner picks up the personal foul. Free throw from Empty is going to be off the mark. No good. Anderson across half court fires it up early, and that's going to find nothing. But Linn fights their way back. They trailed by a dozen at halftime. They trail by just 2 here at the end of the third quarter as Frankfort leads 41-39 over the Linn Bulldogs here on senior night for the Bulldogs. We're back with the final 8 minutes after this.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of your investments. I'm Liz Warren, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can be your financial coach. We get to know you first, then figure out how to help you work towards your goals. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. Call 785-562-5533 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey, this is Adam Schreiner from Frankfort High School, head coach of the Frankfort Wildcat Basketball Boys. I'm looking forward to having you guys listen to KNDY 95.5.
With growth and expansion comes the need for more employees. Join the team at Landall in Marysville and Travelong by Landall in Waterville. Looking to hire mechanically inclined individuals for assembly, experienced painters and welders, and a traveling service technician. Competitive wages, raises, bonuses, and a full line of benefits beginning after 2 months of employment. Learn more and apply online at landall.com. EEO Vets and Disability welcome.
Start of the fourth quarter, Wes Anderson puts in a bunny. 14 now for Wes. And now a foul will be called on Zach Hilgen after he turned the ball over. And only one turnover in that third quarter after 9 in the first half. Frankfort got the turnover bug as they turned it over 6 times in that quarter. So now 20 from Fred Rosequist and now 14 for Wes Anderson. Have the Wildcats up 43-39. Linn did outscore Frankfort 17-7 in that third quarter after trailing by a dozen at halftime. And head coach Adam Schreiner is going to take a timeout. And action got a little sloppy there for his Wildcats. We will take it with them in our final game of the regular season. It is Frankfort leading 43-39 over Linn.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Kuhlman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
Been raining threes here in Linn as Linn boys have now hit 8 triples in this ball game, 6 for Frankfort, and it's Frankfort leading 43-39 in our final Marysville Dental Care game of the week as Tyler Parthimer somehow gets it to fall in from the right block, head and shoulders above anyone else. Now a throw into the backcourt. Henry Ketter last touched it. That's going to be a near almost disaster for Linn. But they're going to survive as head coach Adam Schreiner turns up the pressure, a little full court pressure here by the Wildcats. Will token 2-2-1 pressure. Noah Thalman's going to be back in there with the 4 fouls again. He's been hampered. Just 3 points. They go right into Thalman. Left block shot, no good. And it'll stay with Linn off the missed shot from Thalman. Thalman gets a little alley-oop inside. He goes up above the defense, can't finish. Second one will be coming. Going to be a foul called on Fred Rosequist. Picks up his second personal foul. Team's first. 45-39, Linn trails. Swings it right side here to Gabe Turk. Plays a little back and forth with Thalman. Now swings it left wing to Hilgen. Zach's got 12 points down the ballgame, all from behind the three-point line to lead Linn in scoring. He's going to fire up another one off the mark and no good. And the Wildcats will control. Quickly across the timeline, right to left is Henry Ketter. He's looking in for Rosequist. In with 20. Ketter inside, bounce pass, Porter Colvin. Good passing there by the Wildcats. 8 now for Porter Colvin, and this lead has grown up 47-39. All the way to the cup goes Grayson, only for the answer as he goes coast to coast. Pulls the deficit down to within 6. And Linn trailed by a dozen at halftime. They got it down to 1 in that third quarter. as Anderson can't hit the floater. Here comes Linn. Gabe Turk across the timeline, top side. Hilgen head fakes on a three. Stops at the free throw line. Now swings it over to Dylan Oldie, who will reset with Grayson. 2-3 defense for Frankfort. Top side for Turk. Trailing by 6, 5 minutes left to play. Turk weaves his way inside and drops it down. Turk's second bucket. That has been a solid shooting night as he's just 2 for 8 from the floor. Then an important one there for Linn. Colvin now top side to Rosecrest. Then Linn looking for some momentum going in the postseason. So is Frankfort. Rosecrest down low has it taken away by Gabe Turk. 11 turnovers now for Frankfort in the ball game. The 7 of them here in the second half. 4-point deficit as Hilgen thought about a three. Now top side with it is Grayson. Around the horn it goes. Grayson will attack left baseline. Zach thought he was going to have a shot before he actually had the ball. And it'll go off of Henry Ketters. He bounces that out. Cash Stunkel will check in for Dylan Oldie. Grayson Oldie will trigger in front of his own bench. Easy inbound for the Bulldogs, trailing by 4. 4:10 left to play. Linn looking for a comeback bid here in front of the home crowd to close out the season. Hilgen a triple. Off the back rim, no good. Cash Stunkel high for the board. Now we're going to have a foul on Frankfort. Eli Ketter's going to pick up his first personal foul. Second team foul. So Linn will trigger under their own baseline. Quickly inbound to Grayson. A 3, no. Porter Colvin out and running ahead of the pack. He's going to be tracked down, but somehow gets it off to Ketter, left side. Wildcats looking to slow it down here, leading by 4. Give themselves a good shot. Topside Colvin gets a screen from Rosequist. Tyler Parthimer will attack, lays it up. No. Rosequist had it for a moment, then lost it. So did Ketter. And away comes the Bulldogs. Hilgen nearly loses it out of bounds, and then he does. Off pass intended for Hilgen. Steps out of bounds, and head coach Bennett Bargill needs a timeout. We'll take the 60-second break with him. We're in the final 3:26 of our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Reminder, Marysville Dental Care is where you can get the dental care you deserve from the #1 rated dentist in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. Final 3:26 of this ball game winding down. A 4-point lead for Frankfort. And the Bulldogs have a run in them. We'll see after this timeout.
Don't risk finding out if your farm is underinsured when you have a loss. Insuring to the accurate value of your livestock, equipment, structures, and inventory is an important consideration when reviewing your insurance coverage. Blue Valley Insurance can help you protect your farm or ranch with a tailored policy that combines various coverage into one convenient package. Let's discuss your need and keep your property values up to date at Blue Valley Insurance of Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
Max Blasky back here with you on KNDY FM 95.5 as well as Blue Valley Technologies YouTube channel. Here in the fourth quarter, Frankfort has outscored Linn 6-4. That's after Linn outscored Frankfort 17-7 in the third quarter. And a very balanced offensive attack. But does Linn have one last run in him until 2-2-1 zone here for the Bulldogs, nearly poked away by Grayson Oldie. It will be going out of bounds off of Oldie. Possession stays with Frankfort. A 1-2-2 pressure, trying to beat up the Wildcats, force some turnovers here in the second half. Henry Ketter bounce passes it to Colvin. Head fakes and gets across the timeline. Colvin still with his dribble. Left corner, Anderson. Triple is down. 17 now for Wes Anderson to go along with 20 from Fred Rosequist. Does Stunkel have the answer? No, he doesn't. That would have been a big three for Cash. That was a big triple by Wes Anderson. Pushes the lead up to 7 for the Wildcats. Anderson gets a screen top side by Rosequist. Now Parthimer looks to attack. Hands it off left corner to Colvin. Little give and go up top. Final 2:36 of this ball game. Frankfort trying to get over 500 with the victory. Inside pass is ping-ponged around. Stunkel had it for a second. Now it is a turnover. Frankfort. Ahead of the pack goes Grayson Oldie to the cup. Puts it in for 2. Double digits now for Grayson. All in the final 3 quarters. 2:10 left to play here. Have to get into foul trouble or foul shooting. Who do you foul? You don't want it to be Wes Anderson, who finds Tyler Parthimer for the bucket and 1. Anderson looked off the defense, whipped it one-handed down low. And Cade Turk will pick up the 4th personal foul as Parthimer looks to finish off the old-fashioned 3-point play. Freshman at the line, got in the starting lineup midway through the season and hasn't relinquished it. Plays really good in the second half of games. He's got 5 points here in this 4th quarter alone. Pushes the lead up for Frankfort 53-45. What does Linn have in him in the final 150? They've had 8 triples here tonight. Zach Hilgen's hit 4 of them. They're going to need a little more luck here. They do a little flare screen for Hilgen. Good defense by Frankfort to get out. Now Gabe Turk will fire up a 3. No. Will not fall down for Turk. And now Frankfort can run clock here in the final 90 seconds. Anderson crosses over, now pulls it right back out. And Anderson here with 17 points in the ball game. Fred Rosequist with 20. Rosequist, left block, kicks it out for Colvin. Who do you foul? Trying to foul Parthimer or Ketter, and they're going to foul Henry Ketter, who is just a 62% free throw shooter. Parthimer, good choice, too, as well. He's only a 37% free throw shooter. Brigham Hansen will check back in. That foul goes on Pat Stunkel, his first. They're trying to save the fouls here with Thalman and Turk, as Hansen and Dalton Empty check back in. Top side, foul will be given now by Grayson Oldie, his second. That'll be Alex Marino will check back in. It'll actually be Grayson's 3rd personal foul. Trying to call the foul on Henry Ketter. Pat Stunkel will commit it. Final 60 seconds of this ball game. That'll be team foul number 5, so 2 free throws here for Frankfort. Henry Ketter will go to the line. 62% on the season. Hasn't been to the free throw stripe here tonight. First one from the righty Ketter. Deep knee bend, puts it up off the front of the rim. No good. This stays an 8-point contest. Lynn's going to need a quick 3 here with 60 seconds left. Make or miss. And Adam Schreiner will call a timeout. We'll call it with them. Frankfort looking to hold on to the victory, leading 53-45 in the final 60 seconds of this ball game. We're back after this word from our sponsors.
The Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen provides legal assistance with a personal touch located in the heart of Washington, providing services in the area of estate planning, probate, estate and trust administration, conservatorships, and real estate transactions. Libby also offers her services on business planning and formation, collections, guardianships, and adoptions. Every case is handled with experience, dedication, and community-centric qualities you deserve. Call the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen to put her local experience on your side.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
At the line will be Henry Ketter, trying to close this ball game out with one free throw. 2 points so far here in the ball game. Second free throw will be down and good for Ketter. Splits the pair. What's Linn got? They need a quick bucket inside. Gets Grayson Oldie, who loses it out of bounds, and back over to Frankfort it goes. Final 54.8. Bargdale will throw in the subs here. 54-45. Frankfort in the lead. They're all going to line up along the baseline. Everyone run go routes. It's going to come back to Wes Anderson. They're going to need to foul someone here, boys. 50 seconds left. Anderson up top, guarded by Marino. A little hand check foul on Wes Anderson, or on Alex Marino. It'll be his first. And Wes Anderson will go to the stripe for 2 free throws. A 73% free throw shooter, his first time here tonight. First free throw is going to be down and good for Wes. Wholesale changes here as Marino, Oldie, Dalton M. Keeger, Dylan Oldie have Stunkelald to the bench. Back in Zach Hilgen, Noah Thalman, Gabe Turk, Grayson Oldie. Graham Hansen will stay out there. Second one for Anderson. He drops it down. 19 now for West to go along with 20 for Fred Rosequist. 3-ball, Hilgen, no. Hansen out of bounds off in. And that might be the end of it for the Linn Bulldogs. The senior class, including Zach Hilgen, Gabe Turk, Dylan Oldie, Brigham Hansen, and Noah Thalman. We have one more opportunity on Monday. They host the winless Wakefield team to pick up a win. But so far here in this one, it was all Frankfort. Foul up top. Hard foul called by Gabe Turk, who wraps up Tyler Parthimer. And Parthimer had 1 point going into this fourth quarter. He's got 5 now in the stanza as Gabe Turk, one of the 5 seniors, will foul out with 34 seconds on the clock. Senior ends with 4 points here tonight. As Kyler Parthimer to the line, Coach Bargdale will call off the Dogs. Subs will be coming in, and these seniors are going to get their standing ovation for all their hard work over their 4 years. Parthimer, first free throw off the rim, no good. Dylan Oldie checks out for the last time here for the regular season. Out comes Noah Thalman. Out also will come Zach Hilgen. And Dylan Oldie, last one to come off the court for the senior boys. But heck of a game played by Frankfort. Again, they led 19-8 at the end of the first quarter. They led by a dozen at halftime. They withstood the Linn third quarter run that saw the Bulldogs outscore the Wildcats 17-7. But in the end, it was Frankfort that's going to come away with this victory. Shot is going to be short from Liam Volker. Now a 3-ball topside will also be thrown up. That'll be off the mark and no good. And that will close it out with a final score. Frankfort Boys win 57-45 over the Linn Bulldogs. Linn will move to, Frankfort moves to 12-12. They will finish the regular Twin Valley League season 5-5. Meanwhile, Linn will be at 12-11. They finished 4-6 in Twin Valley League play. In a huge night for Wes Anderson and Fred Rosequist as Rosequist pitches in a game-high 20-19 from Wes Anderson in the 57-45 victory. It was a dozen for senior Zach Hilgen and 10 from Grayson Oldie. It wasn't enough as Frankfort now has won 3 straight over the Linn Bulldogs with a 57-45 victory here on senior night, the final game, 2025-26. We're going to take our last time out. Word from our sponsors. We'll have a recap of this one when we come back and get you ready for the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Bryce Leonard, Nate Welch in Washington, and Patrick Booty of Marysville. Again, your boys' final score sees Frankfort win 57-45 here in Linn.
When you start a plumbing or electrical project, make sure that you have what you need to get the job done. If you don't have everything you need, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber can help. Stocking a full line of electrical wiring, switches, boxes, and everything to the fixtures and even light bulbs. For that plumbing task, there's pipes, connectors and joints, faucets, toilets, and accessories. From an installation or remodel to a simple repair, get the plumbing and electrical supplies you need at one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
Load, sort, and work your cattle easier, faster, and safer with equipment from Linn Post and Pipe. Wrangler portable corrals, stationary working equipment, guaranteed gates, and continuous fencing, all available to make livestock handling safer and more efficient. Linn Post and Pipe is in the business to help ranchers do what they do best. So naturally, they provide only the most durable and best quality livestock handling equipment. Linn Post and Pipe Supply, built to last for generations.
Call Parthimer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthimer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthimer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthimer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthimer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthimer Electric in Frankfort.
At Sunflower Community Credit Union, we're proud to give back to our community through initiatives like Debit for a Difference, a program that provides local educators with grants for their classrooms, which helps them make a difference in our schools. Along with Save at School, an innovative way for students to learn the value of saving money. Kids can open their very own savings account, making financial education fun and accessible. Join Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville and become part of a financial family committed to your success and the success of our community.
The Palmer Cafe is the place to go for the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer. Enjoy a great hometown atmosphere with daily specials, burgers, desserts, and a whole lot more. And did I mention the Palmer Cafe has the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer? Well, they do. The Palmer Cafe, the heart of the Palmer community. And make sure to check out the Palmer Cafe on Facebook.
A big thank you to our sponsors here tonight, closing it out. Titan West, Oldie Seed, Blue Valley Technologies, Midwest Products, the Frankfort Booster Club, United Bank and Trust, Flint Hills Mechanical and HVAC, Frankfort Area News, Linn Community Nursing Home, Moe's Stop and Shop, Bruna Implement, Bott Cattle Company, Wanklin Oil, Union State Bank of Palmer, F&A Construction, the Willow Creek Dairy of Linn, M&R Auto Parts, Kuhlman Implement, the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen, Landau Company, Blue Valley Insurance Agents, Linn Post and Pipe, Palmer Cafe, the First National Bank in Frankfort, and Parthimer Electric for making our season end on such a high note. And it's Frankfort Boys winning our boys contest 57-45. Leading the way was Fred Rosequist with 20-19 for Wes Anderson, 8 for Porter Colvin, 7 for Kyler Parthimer, and 3 for Henry Ketter. Frankfort goes on to shoot an astounding 49% from the floor in this contest. They go also 8 for 13 from the free throw line, 62%. It is Fred Rosequist again with a huge first half, 17 first half points, that saw the Wildcats lead by a dozen. Linn fought back in the third quarter, outscored Frankfort 17-7, but then Frankfort outscores Linn in the final stanza 16-6 to get the victory, 57-45. Looking at boys scoring totals for Linn, it was a dozen for Zach Hilgen, all from behind the three-point line, 10 for Grayson Oldie, 10 for Dalton Imsky, 6 for Cash Stunkel, 4 for Gabe Turk, and 3 for Noah Thalman. Linn shoots a respectable 35% from the floor, including 8 made threes in the ball game, only 3 for 9 from the free throw line for the Bulldogs here in this one, as Linn boys fall to 12-11, 4-6 in league is where they'll finish. Frankfort boys move to 12-11, 5-5 in league play. And in our earlier game, it was the Linn girls led by Sophia Hilgen with 17 points, routing the Frankfort Wildcats 52-22. Reminder, the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show twice each hour during the 10 and 11 o'clock hours right here on KNDY. We'll be coming up for the final time this season, and stay tuned to KNDY Facebook page and also on air for when we know what Sub-State's going to look like, as that'll get started on Monday as the Frankfort boys host the Centralia Panthers. Linn boys will be in action as well, hosting winless Wakefield. And then in girls play, it is Linn with the first round bye. They will be in action in second round on the 2nd of March, while Frankfort girls will be in action at Canton Galva on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Start postseason play. It's been Max Blasky for KNDY Radio. Appreciate you all tuning in all season long on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. A big thank you to Marysville Dental Care for the great sponsorship and support all season long, as well as all the other businesses and everything rocking and rolling. We appreciate your support. Can't do it without you. We'll see what postseason looks like here in just a week or so as we close out our final regular season game of 2025-26. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you when postseason action gets started.
KNDY